Alright guys, today I am working on a 2015 Mustang. Now this is my personal daily driver, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting some custom aesthetic mods on the outside of the car. I already have a center force, dual friction, stage 2 clutch to handle some upgrades when I'm ready to go. On that, I have a custom full built exhaust system with manual cutouts that have been converted into electric, which you can see in one of my videos if you want to know how to convert those. I also have some parts that are going to go on this car that aren't for a Mustang, so I will be converting those. But stay tuned, guys. I have so many upgrades to this car: suspension upgrades, BMR. I've actually had a problem with the BMR tow rods, and they actually snapped on me, and that's a whole different story. I got control of my car, no issues. Guys, just watch out with those. I'm not dissing the product. I rebought the same tow rods. I was actually supposed to talk to the owner of the company about it, and I'm the one who dropped the ball. But I should have finished talking to him about it. And now, guys, I'm going to start taking the bumper off because I have to get underneath to do the upgrades. Also, one of my front fog lights burnt out, and as you guys know, on these Mustangs, they don't let you change out the bulb, so I actually bought an aftermarket company that replaces the whole housing and allows me to put different replacement bulbs in there instead of buying a brand new housing every time they burn out now. But guys, I'm outside my shop, and I love my car. I've had it since 2015. It's one of the first ones to get rolled out of the assembly lines. It's a GT manual. I'm probably going to get a new shifter next and do some next upgrades to support the performance mods I'll do. For right now, I only have 26,000 miles on the car, and I already have just like 3 or 4 payments to go left on the car before it's completely bought off. And this is what I was waiting for, because I bought it and I did a 5-year plan, and it's just about to end. I got a great deal on it because I put some cash down, and I've been paying each month. Like I said, I'm an electrical contractor, and I also do I might help friends out, and they decide to help me out with some money afterwards for doing their work. Maybe that might happen. I don't look for money though, but all these videos are uploaded so you guys can learn and see what's going on in this world and how to do upgrades at your home. Now the front of my bumper is so dirty. I need to definitely clean it. But I'm going to do a full detail 3-stage polish, probably just the last 2 stages. I don't really need to use a heavy compound anywhere. To be honest, these are newer cars, so the clear coat's really thin. I'm not one of those people, unless it got resprayed with some thicker paint. I don't really think it did, like how many coats, but really great work, love it. And overall, I'm happy with this car. I have replaced the back wheel bearings, and I'm getting a UO415 code, and I'm just trying to trace it down now. That's one of the things I gotta situate. If you guys have any solutions for that, let me know. I know I'll figure it out as I just sit there and tinker with it a bit, because these sensor things, you gotta trace it down and use your voltmeter and stuff like that. So when I pop off the tires and stuff like that, I'm gonna test all the sensors and see if the module's going bad. I think just one of the wires got pulled inside the actual harness and broke, so it's losing connection because it says invalid information received to control module. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to, I'll put up a screenshot of what the code is later on in this video, and just write down in the comment section that if you know how to solve this, or you had the same problem and you want to know how to fix it, I'll put up another video on how I actually solved that solution if everyone wants to watch that. Thanks again, guys, and spread positivity light and subscribe. So now it's time to rip this bumper off and see what's going on. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is you're going to want to grab one of your interior pin remover tools and just pry on the pins. Now this isn't the one I was using before, but see, it still works. And you pop it out. I was using a smaller one before and with tape on it, so it wouldn't more or anything. Let me grab that one again. See, I put a little bit of electrical tape right there. You can use any type of tape, and that way when it presses up against things, it won't mar. See? No issue right there. And there's going to be about 8 pins, and we're going to remove them. What you're going to want to do is get an 8mm socket and take off all of these bolts right up here that hold up the front of your fascia. Then we're going to go in the wheel well and pop out. So look at these pins right here. 1, 2, and then there's one up here, and then we're going to pop them off, and then inside we're going to see if there's any bolts holding it. Alright guys, so pull back here, and you're gonna see a small bolt right there. I'm already loosening it. It's gonna be a 7 or an 8mm. Mine's a 7. Just make sure you have the right size socket. Get in there and start cranking it loose. You can use an angle attachment on your 3/8 drive, anything, and just get creative. Try to get in there, and it's really not gonna take too much pressure to loosen it. All right, guys. So the front fascia is off. Got it right there, and got my new parts up there that I'm going to be installing, but I'm going to have a quick lunch and then come back out. Alright YouTube, so I got it at this point where I got the brackets on, I mounted everything up. Remember, this isn't for an 06 Charger, this actual push bar. And the reason why I got the Charger one is it's because it's for a unibody, just like how a Mustang's a unibody. So I knew that this kit would actually match up the best, and the only other kit that's made for 2015 Mustangs is made out of aluminum, and to be honest, I don't really want to use that. And since everything is lining up, I'm probably going to use the stick welder and weld it up, and then use a MIG welder to go around and do some other stuff on it, and pull the bolts off again, all 4 bolts, actually 6, sorry, all 6 bolts, and pull this off. And then I'll see how it matches up to that bumper back there. Alright guys, so what I did was I actually drilled in with these titanium coated drill bits from Milwaukee, and I did a step-up process. I just used a small drill bit, went through first, and then kept going, and then that way these can be removable. I'm probably going to do the same process on the bottom side too, so that everything can be removed. I know that there's holes right here, but I don't want to tap into where that is and cause too much weight on those bolts. So this will dissipate it and hold it in. And this is actually a little bit farther out than where those bolt nuts go in. Alright guys, so took a few drill bits because it snapped one of the drill bits on me. And I actually used some of my great grandpa's drill bits that he used to sharpen. And I drilled through the 3/8 drill bit at the end, and I'm gonna put the hardened bolt through, that they supply for putting on these push bars. Alright guys, at this point now what you're going to want to do is take the actual push bar back off and just leave the brackets on there. And now this is the point where you're going to have to mark out where everything's going to go through on your grill. Alright guys, so to be honest, this turned out to be even more extensive than I thought. I got out my multi-tool, Dremel brand, and I cut away at my new grill to fit those supports through, and it took a little while, and I aligned it finally to a point where everything's fitting in good. But I will say that I had to move the supports in closer to the center of the grill because I had to modify the brackets to be longer on the sides popping out so that when it goes to bolt on it won't be a problem. Alright guys, so what I did now was, there is a storm coming, but besides that, what I did now was I used some 613 rods on my stick welder, 220 volt. I welded it up where I needed it to be welded up on, and I sprayed some primer and then some undercoat over the welds, and then actually if it comes down to it, you just cut off the weld in that corner with a die grinder, and then go on to your repair if there ever is one, which I know there won't be because I drive super careful, and thank you God, we all have accidents, and I'm just trying to stay out of them. And then yeah guys, this is pretty much where I'm at. Alright guys, so I am officially at this point with my build going on, with this conversion going on. I will actually get out a level, make sure it is level. Right now this is just resting, so remember that I'm going to be extending these over. I centered it, so the top post need to be extended 4 inches, the bottom to be extended to 4.5. And after that, just going to keep it for the outside. Alright guys, so what we're doing is we're using some spare 3/4 inch galvanized steel to extend these brackets, and then that will give me the 4 inches that I need, and then I will measure out the length I need for the bottom ones. And I know that's not that perfect yet, but we're going to hit it with the grinder and make that edge look nice and smooth again. But right now we're just using these pieces of scrap that I had lying around, save some money, and weld this up. Alright YouTube, so I welded up all my brackets and did my extensions like I needed, and now the next stage is I'm going to wire wheel them, prep them, grind them if I have to, and spray them with some flat black, and then reinstall them. Alright guys, so I got the brackets on that I extended. Alright YouTube, I'm at the point where I just reinforced and tightened everything down, and I just had to put the bumper back on fully again, and I will do a detail, clean off everything, and wire up the grill, the RTR style grill. Happy 4th of July to everyone. And this is a very time-consuming project, and during this process, my bumper clips broke on the driver's side, so I actually plastic bonded those, and that's why this side is not clipped in yet, because right in there, those clips broke, and this part from here on over, these 3 clips, so see to my section where my finger is, all the way over to the left. Remember, this is all dust. I just don't want to rub it in there. From there over, from where my finger is, that was all broken off, so I had to reattach it and use panel welder. And I actually use plastic and emblem adhesive too. And tomorrow I'll slightly sand down those areas and pop it in. I'll make sure that they're going to be thin enough to go inside those pop-in areas. And then that will be the finishing bolt-in area. But overall, came out awesome. Custom. One of a kind. No other Mustang out there has a push bar that's from this style car or from this company. This is a one of a kind, one-off made kit. And you're talking at least 15 hours of custom fabrication just to even get it in this point. And then you put about 2 hours of the paint on there and a little bit more time of just finessing. Like now I'm repairing those bumper clips, which I'm sure a lot of you guys with these S550s have. Alright, YouTube, this is how it came out. Super badass. Got everything all reinforced, fixed those clips. And took it for a drive up to 65 miles an hour. And just pulled it in first gear. So, yeah, it's holding up. The only thing I have to probably reinforce is nothing on the front. It's the back window louvers. And they're a pain in the ass. The heat's making the adhesive loosen up a little bit. So I think when I pop it off, I'm going to buy this special type of 3M latch and hook type of tape that's rated for high poundage.